dirty and just doing it. One thing that I've learned that you all need to learn, it's easier to ask forgiveness and permission. That's it. If you set your golden rule, you will be able to do anything you want. The whole idea of urbanization and gardening and self-sustaining is to grow what you want. My 3 statements. Don't grow what you don't want, and don't grow what you can't grow. Okay, think about that. Grow what you want. You want to be able to stop going out and buying food. You want to be able to grow what you want. You want to have it there readily available in the large amounts. Then there's stuff that you can't grow. I can't grow olive oil. I can't grow favorite things I have like cashews. But I can grow macadamia nuts. I can grow avocados. I can grow apples. And you have to realize that we're all humans and we were created to eat seasonally. We're created to eat around our farms. Think about it. In the summers, we're active, we're growing, we need the protein, we need the nutrients. So chickens start laying more eggs in the summer. In the winter they slow down. Try to get a bunch of eggs out of a chicken during the holiday season, it's tough. You got to really be nice to them. What grows in the summer? Hardy stuff. We've got peppers and tomatoes, and we've got corn, and we've got beans. We've got all that good stuff that grows when we most need it. When we're least active, all the green goods start growing. So in growing stuff seasonally, it can perfect your homegrown things. The other thing also you want to say, do I want to have eggs? Do I want to have my own honey so I don't have to go to the store and purchase these things? It can be done. And it can be done pretty much all year long, but you have to be earth friendly and you have to be in tune with what Mother Nature has to offer. For instance, we were just talking about honey raising, and Carolyn here has a hive in her yard. She put in a hive last year.
In May.
Yeah, I have a picture of her that I'm going to put on our website of the bee suit she tried on. Anyways, but she has a high body, and that body is the home for the bees. But in addition, they need storage. They need a facility to store their honey during the winter because they need it during the winter. So is she harvesting honey in the winter? No, she's keeping her bees happy. During the summer, when they start putting away honey, there's a little excluder that you put in, and you start building up a little apartment complex. And the other rooms in the apartment complex hold the honey, which you can take some of, but not all of, because you've got to remember, come wintertime, they're going to need that as well. So that's working with Mother Nature. Chickens. Having chickens in the yard, yes, you do not need a rooster, for those that think you do. The only time chickens make noise is when they lay eggs. So thus, if you had their box that they lay their eggs in, inside of a building that keeps things quiet, then you won't have neighbors complaining because they're making a lot of noise because they just laid an egg. I would make noise if I laid one of those too. Those are fairly big. And the really cool thing about eggs is you don't have to refrigerate them, as long as you don't wash them. I keep them on my counter for 2 or 3 weeks because they can be kept that way, because Mother Nature has protected that egg with a coating so that when the baby chick is growing, that the oxygen doesn't get inside the egg in order to harm the baby chick. So it's all working with us and all. And then, after you get all this harvest, learn how to store it. Learn how to put it away for a rainy day. And that's what we used to do years ago, everybody did, was canning. Canning and preserving and dehydrating. And that's a whole thing that you can do when you get extra crops. You can also trade with your neighbors, and you can help sustain each other. So all these things are extremely easy to do, and it doesn't take a lot of room. You can take a small 1-foot by 2-foot area and grow lettuce in it, and have enough for 2 people all winter long. Because you're not harvesting the plant, you're harvesting the leaves. You're making it grow as long as possible. And remember, when you harvest broccoli, when you see it in the store, it's just a floret sitting in there with nothing on it, a little stem. But every part's edible all the way down in the soil. Yes, the stems are tough, but find a way to use them. Grind them up, make soup out of them. Use the leaves, cut them up, put them in your salad, make wraps out of them. So every part of that broccoli plant is usable. Have a sacrificial broccoli plant in the garden where it goes to seed. Next year you can harvest the seed and use it. So you can start creating your own seeds, you can start doing your own thing at home. Yes, we'd love you to come and buy compost, but you can start doing your own composting. And the basic 2 types of composting is heat and vermiculture. Worms eat garbage. Whatever we don't eat here should go in a worm bin, but not oranges. That's the only thing we can't do in there. But the fact is that worms create poop. They don't create compost. And the smaller the animal, the more concentrated the manure is in it. So if we could harvest ant poop, we'd be made. I know. But you also got to remember that ants aren't terrible. They're friendly. They clean the earth, they dig holes in the ground, yes, they do poop, so they aerify the soil, so they're friendly. They might not be friendly in a house, but you don't want to get rid of all the ants outdoors because the whole idea of organic gardening is to have some pests. No pests, no predators. I know. So my forte in this whole conversation is always try, always keep trying, always experiment, always plant and change your landscape so that way it makes usefulness of it. Does gardening cost more water? No. Not if you prep your soil properly, not if you plant probably use the same amount of water, and yet the plants that you plant you get food off of, and they don't have to be looking like a farm either. There's so many plants out there that are decorative that will actually look like a beautiful landscape that you can eat. So you have a dual purpose and you're putting your water to use. And all. So that's my information that I have available, and I'm going to turn this over to Leslie.
Let's hear it for Bill Cobb. So this is Bill Cobb. This is where we go to get our organic plants. He went down into a part of San Diego that will look like you drive down that street and you see an area where there are no trees and where people are living in food injustice. And what happens when you come to City Farmer Nursery? You're driving out. You turn that way and all of a sudden you are in your backyard the way it's going to be next year. Let's have a round of applause for your backyard next year. Let's hear it. Now no one is leaving this workshop who does not have the confidence that you can be a urban homesteader. All those in favor of that, say aye. Aye. All those who think they can do it right now, say aye. Aye. Anybody who thinks they can't do it? Good. Now, let's have some introductions here because this is a workshop that we have Bill Tall from City Farmer. Let's hear it again for Bill. We have Shelly Stewart. Let's the auspicious chicken lady of what's your city called?
University Heights.
They're changing the name to Shelly Stewart, the Chicken Lady City. All right, let's hear it for Shelly Stewart. All those in favor of changing that part of town to Shelly Stewart Chicken Area? You're okay? Okay. Now here's another celebrity. Look at this. This is the oxen driver. The oxen driver of, what street do you live on? 52nd. This is the husband of Amy Lind, of the New Roots Garden. Do you know what they did a couple weeks ago? Michelle Obama was looking for a place to announce a healthy America. Her husband, who you may know, his name is Barack Obama. A guy named Michael Pollan, when his best friend went to the White House about a year or two ago, and his best friend was into sustainability. He says, "Hey Barack, how about giving a little energy to backyard gardening? How about giving a little energy to sustainability and food?" And you know what Barack said? He said, "Show me the movement. Make me do it. Here's a secret. My hands are tied. I got lobbyists. Create the Cultivating Food Justice Conference. Get M. Get that lady." He said, "Do you know where in San Diego? There's M. Let's hear for him." He said, he turned to his wife and he said, "It's your issue, baby. Create a movement." Does anybody here think that they are a victim? That there's some big guy who's got all our seeds?
Yeah.
They're your seeds. Everybody here can become the future. I heard a rumor that Monsanto is going out of business. All those in favor? Yeah. I heard a rumor that Monsanto is such good business people that they are deciding to go organic. Can you imagine that? You know where I heard that rumor from? This plant right here. This is Keep the Beat Media Star, the world's first talking beet plant. Let's hear it for Keep the Beat. Now, if you have any dreams, you just say them in your head to this plant. Because all I'm asking by the end of this workshop, if you have any question that you can grow food, all you do, you go to the Hillcrest Farmers Market where Shelly and I work, or you go to Bill Tall, and you get yourself a beet, or a beet plant. For Bill here, we're going to have a new program. So get it because we have, oh, that's where I get the beet seeds. These are the beet seeds from City Farmer.